Hey, it's Dr. Collins, and this is my wife, Jacqueline. A lot of you guys already know us from watching some of our content we've been putting up on Facebook and YouTube. But I get asked a lot from different patients, what do you guys do when you're not in the office? So what I wanted to start doing was giving you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of what we're doing, what we eat, what our life is like, and are we congruent with wellness? I want to share with you guys some of the mistakes we make along the way, but just give you a real candid idea of what our life is like. So the secret is the right amount of pressure to get in that sweet spot. And Jack is actually way better than me.
Oh, I'm actually his wife, Jackie, so nice to meet you, yes.
It's almost like you can see the phases of progression. So you'll have it get thinner through here.
Yeah.
And then that edge starts to get a little wispy looking and less defined.
Right.
Powdery, like how it is here. And then they'll start to touch back and front. And then basically the body will slowly remove that disc and deposit bone. And it just naturally fuses it and makes it one joint. So it's like one bone now.
So that one looks like it's one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This is what feeds the pain, you know. But at least you're not out and just aggravating that situation any more than it needs to be.
You know, I think if they'd have known that so much of this was caused
Cervicogenic.
Yeah, they might have done it a little differently.
Bachelor, right?
Bachelor, that's
Dads
what I
in
did.
diapers. And all of it, everybody can give you their dadly advice. Aww.
Maggie, you're good to go. Been whooping her?
She won't play.
She's afraid.
She finally played. She's been
afraid
so
of you.
chicken.
She's afraid of you.
I know. I told her. Oh, I did scare her because I told her that she'd time out. I win by default. I said then I'd be up 3-2. I said I don't really care how I win. Scoot on back.
Last thing, just let that head relax.
Tell me something. Okay, what's this mean?
And then from there, sort of experimenting with what is going to work for you. But I mean, the sky's the limit, man. You can do things like intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating. If you're trying to clear out your system, even depending on what you do day to day. Like if there's a day you're sedentary, like on the days where I'm in the office all day, if I ate a bunch of protein and fat, it would clog me up. But if I'm out there gardening, moving the fence around and planting trees and stuff, I need more protein and fat that day. Like I'm tearing down tissue, I need to rebuild my body. So it's kind of, you'll find a baseline. In general, it's going to be, imagine almost being like a vegan or a vegetarian that gets really good quality plant food that also happens to eat some grass-fed beef. If you're more of like a protein type, or if you tend to be lighter proteins like whitefish or cod or chicken breast versus chicken thighs, that's more of like your carb type. You know what this is? This is a sweet potato vine. So if you take a potato and you put it in water, it will grow off these little tiny buds that look like this. See that little guy right there? Coming out of that potato? Mm-hmm. And they start off like that. And then that potato will have 10 or 20 of these little vines that start growing off of it. And then you can pop off those vines and stick them in dirt. And they'll start to create a little root bundle. Once you put that bundle in the ground, they'll like go out and grow a little pack of potatoes on every one of those vines. And that vine, as it goes out and starts to grow, will plug into the dirt and grow another patch. So you can take relatively good dirt that's like mulch, plant those little vines, and you'll have so many potatoes, and it makes a really good ground cover too. So why do you think surfing is part of a healthy lifestyle of wellness?
Oh, why do I think it's healthy? You get this shredded, bro.
The goal is to be a documentary that is an example of trying to do right versus looking like a freak show.
Sometimes you gotta end the freak show.
But depending on how you cut it and the music that you use, you can make anybody freak show. You want to try to avoid being the circus act. We're at Rocks Beach in Stuart, Florida.
Beach surface.
Dude, we're gonna get pitted. Skylar's not gonna get pitted.
No, I couldn't do this today. That's a lot of work to get out there.
Because I'm completely powerless with how it operates, short of getting here and being able to take advantage of it, there's no stress to try to control anything. I can just surf. It's weird. Where I think most things in life you have some amount of power over.
Absolutely.
Especially as a man, business owner, husband, if you're a dad, like there's a lot of things that are a blessing in your life that you have to be responsible to and make sure that they're operating properly and put out fires and take care of. It's nice to have things that are just, you just experience, you know, that you have a relationship with. For your sanity. Or not. Okay, so what we gotta figure out, I went the easy way and got these panels that already have everything nailed together. We gotta get that post in the ground and attach it, this panel to that post. So these things are gonna be 2 feet in the ground. They didn't put these together with a real high level of the 64. So 64. So I'm gonna be honest, I underestimated how deep this is supposed to go in the ground. That's so far, that's such a big hole. That's very scary. Alright, but my arm, even buried to the hilt in my elbow. I know it sounds insane, but I like this. The average person would be like, but this grounds me. This grounds me. Yeah! Name of truth. On the sides.
It's so nice out though, and we have a Jeep, so we just unzip
I love
everything,
that.
and he lays in the back.
Awesome. We want to go leave a sample by yourself. I'll meet you in that first room.
Okay. At least 2 or 3 more times.
It'll be fine.
We went to the birthing class over the weekend, and it was amazing. It was so nice to just have all these questions answered. He's like the embarrassing kid in class asking all the embarrassing questions.
The awkward dad.
I like for my families to go to a pediatrician before they have their baby.
Okay.
Because having a consult, you're gonna find out whether you really just click with the person. If you're sick and you're achy and you don't feel good, do you go and soak in a tub?
I go in the shower, but
Okay.
the water helps for sure.
Go walk around the mall or something and
Yeah.
just go walk on the beach and get in a pool, get in the
Yeah.
ocean. Do that because that feels so good, you know? and you're able to have that weight off of you when you're in water, and it's just so lovely.
Yeah, like how long can we make these last for both of us?
Let's see how you are. How do you really feel in this baby? Palpate in this belly. And that's the head right here.
Thank you again.
Love you.
We love you.
So